Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the fastest lap so far. Well done.
Welcome to Russia. Yes, we're here in Sochi for the 4th round of PRL, and in qualifying on my second run, gotta say, didn't nail it at all. Missed the apex there at turn 1, missed the apex here, really difficult to see in that corner, such as the lighting, and by this turn, a bit wide and red on the delta already, meant that my lap wasn't going to be much of an improvement, and indeed Maznat takes pole. Just a horrible lap, horrible qualifying session for me, no proper practice sessions during the early part of the week, so I was always going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here, although thankfully 2 of the previous 3 race winners are not present, so this may allow a bit of damage limitation in my favour rather than the other way around in this race. Either way, to the outside of Maznat, he takes the inside line, leaves just enough space for it to sneak through there without getting a warning, and down the inside here, where I went out in TNR thanks to a big collision from the right, this time I take the lead. So mixed fortunes through that corner this week.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
And we defend early on. Unfortunately, my pace is not good enough to extend the gap before DRS is enabled, which happens now, and you can see a massive Jacko train going back to about 5th. So this might have been the end of my lead, although Maznat goes too far to the inside. I, right at the end of the braking zone, take the proper racing line and around the outside at turn 1 enough to maintain the lead, but he surprised me. I didn't get the greatest run through there, still can't see properly through that corner with the lighting, and he has his nose there, I can't turn across him, and in fact he was there at the apex. I really didn't expect it. A good move in the end to get through. Thankfully neither of us received any damage. There was a bit of contact, and now Nemo is behind me. Moving on later in the stint, this is a really tough corner for me. I lost the balance towards the end of each stint. Maznat did escape, unfortunately, out of DRS. We did actually increase the gap back to 3rd, and by the time Maznat pitted, I took the lead, hoped that he might come out in traffic. He didn't know, and 2 laps later I entered the pits myself, but he'd already passed the start-finish line, and there was really no way of catching back up. Danielson was yet to pit. He started on the super softs, and he lost it a bit out of there, and I think he let me through, realising we were not on the same strategy and he'd be racing other people towards the end of the race. It was 10.7 seconds to Maznat the first time I saw it split, and with consecutive fastest laps I did cut that gap down, and that ended up being 6.3 when it plateaued, and from there he would extend the gap, I would catch up a bit. Presumably he was in tyre conservation mode.
We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
I actually turned away from that corner cut, still got it though. And Crook, I'll shout out to him, he got the fastest lap, but it did have a warning on it. I checked after the race, and indeed at the end of the race I wasn't able to catch up to Maznat. He didn't have any penalties either, so he kept it clean. Commanding victory for the Red Bull driver, and we'll take 2nd. Really could have been a lot worse for us actually, that race. Anyhow, we're on the podium, we're 2nd place, 18 points, not too bad. HSV also on the podium, well done to him. See you guys next time in Spain.